Hello friends, this is Dr. Milind Peshwe, professor at AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology in Pune. Today, I'm going to discuss on a very sensitive yet a very thought-provoking case titled The Journey from Debt Trap to Death Trap. It is basically a case study on Cafe Coffee Day downfall, commonly known as CCD. We're going to begin this case with a sad ending. On July 29th, 2019, family members, employees, friends, and well-wishers of VG Siddhartha, commonly known as VGS, who's the chairman and managing director of Coffee Day Enterprise Limited, CDEL, were shocked to hear the disappearance of their beloved VGS. On August 1st, 2019, a body was found washed up on the banks of the river Netravati. It was identified that it was of VGS. On VGS Siddhartha's death, the final report confirms that it was a suicide. Before committing the suicide, VG Siddhartha had written a letter to the board. It could be called as the Confessions by VGS. And I quote, "I would like to say I gave it my all. I'm very sorry to let down all the people that put their trust in me. I fought for a long time, but today I gave up, as I could not take any more pressure from one of the PE partners forcing me to buy back shares. A transaction I had partially completed 6 months ago by borrowing a large sum of money from a friend. Tremendous pressure from other lenders lead to my succumbing to the situation. And finally, he committed suicide." This case study is about the gradual decline of a corporate called Cafe Coffee Day. 37 years of hard work, 25,000 crores of net worth, valuation of CCD about 8,000 crores, and a debt of 6,000 crores. Why did CCD face failure? Where exactly did things go wrong? We are trying to attempt in this case study to identify the various problems that CCD had to face before it faced failure. Problem number one, multiple outlets in one location. CCD opened 8 to 10 outlets in Rajiv Chowk in New Delhi. Few outlets were flooded with customers, but most of them had a dearth of customers. The total customer base of 4 to 5 outlets got divided amongst 8 to 10 outlets, which means that the customers that they had in Rajiv Chowk were only be sufficient for 4 to 5 outlets, but they still had 8 to 10 outlets. Outlets that had fewer customers also had mounted operational expenses like rent, utility bills, salary of employees, food wastage. Most of the customers used CCD as meeting points and availed services of free Wi-Fi and hardly contributed to the revenue generation, which means that the costs were mounting, but there was no revenue generation happening, which also means that the company was going into a loss. Problem number two, the COCO business model. CC adopted the company-owned, company-operated, called as COCO business model. According to this model, the parent company operated most of the outlets. The company had to pay close attention to the operations. The company had to bear all the operational expenses of all these outlets. The firefighting and operational issues distracted the management's focus on broader developmental issues like market research, product development, brand positioning, etc. So what happened in this particular model was, because the company management was so engrossed in regular day-to-day operations that they could not actually concentrate on the broader issues focusing growth and development of the organization. They could not focus on the market. They could not focus on the market positioning. They could not focus on the target market. Problem number three, improper financial management. The money made in the business was diverted to purchase of assets that had a huge risk element. It was really a gamble. Total valuation of such assets crossed 12,000 crores, which is a real big number. The operational expenses were mounting and the company was forced to borrow loans from unorganized and organized sector. They could not really have money sufficient to cover up their operational expenses, and that is the reason they started borrowing money from the market. The money required to repay these loans was also not taken from the business. Instead, they took more loans to repay the earlier ones. So loans after loans after loans were taken. The company landed itself in a very weak financial situation. Obviously, if you have more loans, the business is not happening, the company is going into losses, the management cannot focus on this situation because they are trapped in the operations. and the company landed itself in a very weak situation. To pull the company out of the debt situation, in 2015, it launched an initial public offering called as IPO. They wanted to make this company public, and they decided to divide shares among the shareholders and grab some money from the shareholders. Problem number 4, under the income tax scanner. In the year 2017, VG Siddhartha became a suspect of a tax fraud. The IT department raided the company branches in various cities across the country. It discovered a total holding of illegal assets worth 650 crores. The IT department sealed all the accounts and stopped the transactions of the shares, pushing CCD's financial condition from bad to worse. Obviously, because all the transactions were sealed, they could not sell their shares, they could not get more money from their shares, they could not transact from their banking accounts, and that is the reason they had to go through a very bad phase, very bad financial phase. Problem number 5, the debt trap. The total debts shot sky high because they took loans after loans after loans. To pay the earlier loan, they had to take another loan, and that went on. So the debts on CCD valued to up to about 6,500 crores. Debts on the company promoters valued to 3,500 crores. Personal debts of VG Siddhartha valued to about 1,000 crores, which means a total debt of 11,000 crores. Total assets were worth 12,000 crores. So the situation seems good, a total debt of 11,000 crores and a total asset holding worth 12,000 crores. What's the problem then? They could have easily done that. But the problem lies here. Seized illegal assets. The illegal assets that the CCD had, which was a part of this 12,000 crores, most of these assets were seized. There was a lack of liquidity in the assets. So they could not really liquidate the assets and get money out of it. And poor financial mobility. We all know that they did not put the money from the profits into the business. And that is the reason they invested all these money into these assets. And finally, they landed into a position where they had no money. And this basically became the debt trap for the company. Problem number 6, explosive expansion. Explosive expansion, which could also be termed as a cloudburst. Too much geographical expansion without focus on gross margins. CCD expanded very fast. They created a lot of outlets across the country. But in all this, they lost focus on the gross margins. They could not really estimate what were the profit margins coming from the outlets that were going into profits. And they did not reinvest this profit into the business. They had over 1,752 cafe outlets, over 243 cities in India. They also had outlets outside India, Vienna in Australia, Czech Republic, Egypt, and Nepal. Uncontrolled and unplanned expansion leading to the cloudburst. The expansion happened so rapidly and so fast that they could not have control over the expansion. Obviously, because the expansion was not planned for, they could not plan for the expansion. They could not have the right cash flow, and which probably led to the cloudburst. They lacked the market penetration strategies. It is very important to penetrate into the existing market rather than expanding the market, which they completely lacked. Lack of customer expansion. It is very important for any business to increase the number of customer base. But this company, because it went so viral, it expanded so fast all across the country that they kept on targeting different markets, but could not concentrate on expanding the customer base in the existing market. Increased liabilities. Loans after loans after loans, loan taken to repay the previous loans, that increased their liabilities so much. And because they increased their liabilities so much, they could really not concentrate on business development. Improper mobilization of funds. The profits that came into the organization through some outlets, a part of this particular profit was spent on creating assets. They really did not bring the major chunk of their profits into the business. As I said, this particular case is a great eye-opener for all the budding entrepreneurs. There is a lot of lessons that could be learned from this case study. So let's understand what could be the lessons learned from this case. So let's try and connect the dots. Separate planning from doing. This could be a side effect of the COCO model or the company-owned, company-operated model. What happened in this particular model was because the people who were planning were also involved in the operations. The management of the company who is supposed to plan the business were also involved into operating the business. That is the reason they could not concentrate on either of these two. And that is the reason probably this particular model failed. Proper mobilization of funds. Put business money back in business. The major chunk of your profits has to come back into business. You have to convert that money into your business operations to take care of your operational costs. If you spend majority of the chunk of your profits in creating assets, then probably it could be suicidal. Focus on generation of profits rather than repayment of liabilities. If you create more loans, obviously you're going to have more liabilities. And then your focus is going to be shifted towards repaying these liabilities. Instead, focus on generating more profits. Focus on areas which could generate more profits. Focus on avenues that could generate more profits for the organization. This is the only way to escape the debt trap. If you finally are able to focus on generation of profits rather than repayment of liabilities, you could escape the debt trap. Expansion without gross profit margin is suicidal. You have to completely understand this, that if you do not concentrate on the profit margins of your business, then you are committing a suicide. Manage business cash flow. It is very important for any business to manage the cash flow of that particular business. If the business has to sustain in the market for a long period of time, you have to really concentrate on the cash flow. Focus on market penetration rather than business expansion. Market penetration is basically creating more customers, adding on to more customers in the existing market, rather than creating more markets. So this particular thing is the very good lesson learned from this case, that you have to concentrate more on adding on to the customer base rather than expanding your customers across the boundaries of the country. Last but not the least, never lose hope and do not bow to pressure. Please, please, please do not do what Mr. Siddhartha had to do at the end and finally had to end his life. This particular case took a lot of references through newspaper articles, published articles in different journals, some YouTube channels who talked about this particular case. Finally, I would like to conclude in fond memory of late Mr. V.G. Siddhartha, who was the ex-chairman and managing director of Cafe Coffee Day Enterprises. Thank you very much, and may God rest his soul in peace.